Hi guys, I am Abbie Herbert.
And I am Josh Herbert.
And this is the Herberts. I haven't done that in a while. That's pretty good, right?
Getting better.
Yeah. It's getting there. So we want to thank Enfamil for sponsoring today's video, and we're going to just sit down and tell you guys how our lives have completely changed with the baby.
180.
Literally everything has changed. And we kind of wanted to show how...
You've changed.
You've changed.
You've changed, Abbie. I haven't changed.
You haven't changed. You're still the sass king. Now we just have a little sass queen. Yeah. She's so sassy. But we kind of want to sit down and show from August 2020 to August 2021 how different our lives look. So are you ready to get into it?
Let's go.
I'm nervous. So August of 2020 is when I really kick-started the "When are you giving me a baby" campaign. Yes. So you guys might have seen these TikToks where I was constantly asking Josh for a baby, and he was jokingly saying no, kind of, I think.
Kind of, in a way. I mean, you're never ready for a baby,
yeah.
But of course I wanted to be a father.
So that is when I really started the baby campaign on TikTok. And you guys really didn't know we were actually actively trying for a baby. Somehow we were just like, you know what? Is there ever a right time?
Hey, not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And when is the right time, really?
No, and like we could sit down and say like, oh, we could have more of this, we could have more of that. But once again, when will you ever have enough? So we were like, okay, let's start trying. So somehow I convinced him it was time to start trying, even though we were both very excited.
I was on board.
Somehow we got very lucky and blessed that it happened really, really, really quick.
Way faster than expected.
Way faster than we ever expected. I thought it was going to take a couple months, or, you just don't ever know. And we got pregnant in 2 weeks. And then reality set in. That's when we're like, holy crap, we are going to be parents.
Yep.
So that is when reality set in, and we were like, okay, give us all of the baby books you could possibly get out there. And that's when everything of parenting just kind of was thrown on us, breastfeeding, formula, bottles, diapers, just being a mom, being a dad was so overwhelming and so intimidating.
It was all so new, yet like we've heard of these things but have never done them ourselves. So It was a bit overwhelming.
So actually a lot of women in my personal life struggled with breastfeeding and used formula, and they all used Enfamil, so that's how we were introduced to it. And once Enfamil reached out to us, we were so excited to partner with them just because we know how great and amazing it is. We watched our nieces and nephews grow and flourish on Enfamil. So we were really excited to partner with them.
So one of the things we love about Enfamil's Neuropro products is that they're inspired by breast milk. They're the only leading brand with expert recommended amounts of DHA.
And a triple prebiotic immune blend that has 2FL HMO. So all of that combined, it helps support the baby's cognitive development and immune health. Enfamil Neuropro is the only one with expert recommended amounts of DHA. It is the #1 trusted brand for brain building and immune support. We trust Enfamil because it is the #1 pediatrician recommended infant formula, and it is the #1 trusted brand for brain building and immune support. Enfamil Neuropro is the only one with the expert recommended amounts of DHA for the brain. So now that we are in that stage of supplementing with formula, I definitely wanted something with the most DHA, and that is Enfamil's Neuropro. And I know this is something Josh has been looking forward to, giving Poppy the bottles and having that one-on-one time and that connection.
Yeah, I've been absolutely loving that time with Poppy, and it's just a connection. Abbie, I'm jealous. Abbie's been having that for a long time, so it's been something new and something I really love.
And it's so cute because she just looks up at him as she's taking the bottle and just stares in his eyes. It's the cutest thing ever. So if you're a new parent out there, or you're going to be new parents and you want to know more about Enfamil Neuropro,
click the link below to learn more about Enfamil's Neuropro.
So that has completely changed our game plan of what we planned out as being parents, and how we were going to do everything has completely changed since having her. That came from the birth plan. Literally went down to packing the bags. We had all this stuff done and we didn't touch a single thing. So I feel like that's kind of just how parenting has been for us. You can have this picture perfect idea and plan, and it's probably going to be complete opposite of what you have.
Well, it's now we're on month 3.
Yeah.
And we had a pretty good thing going for the first 2.5 months, and then all of a sudden, complete change.
That 3-month sleep regression is real. We got spoiled when she was sleeping through the night. I think the #1 thing I can take from the first month of being a parent to now is go with the flow. Yeah. Just go with the flow. That first month, anytime she had a change, I was a mess. I was crying every day. I was like, what's wrong? Why is she doing this? And now I'm like, she's growing. She's a baby. They're going to go through these growth spurts, and they're going to stay awake sometimes or not nap and like just go with the flow. I think that was like the number one thing for me, because at first I was like, what's wrong with her? She's not napping. It's like, oh, she's just going through a phase.
Yeah, I think it's just like adapting to her schedule.
Yes.
She's the boss now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to schedule things, especially during our work day, and get things done. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, Poppy is not having it. So
Yeah.
I think now that we're kind of just adapting and, hey, we got to take a break real quick and go see what she needs, and we've been figuring it out. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Instead of getting frustrated, just staying calm and just knowing like, okay, put this on the back burner. We got to take care of her at the moment. So
cooking dinner. Oh, got to stop.
Yeah.
So
burning the cookies in the oven.
Yep. Burning the food. Oh well. So I think it is just kind of like, you can't worry too much about what you have going on. Your child's the most important thing. So you just got to take care of them first, and then everything else falls in line.
So I think that leads us into like the selfishness, is completely different when you don't have a baby to having a baby.
So I can be the one to speak on this. Prior to having a child, I think I was not selfish, but I definitely took a lot of time for myself, whether it's working out, especially music.
Yeah.
I would devote a lot of time to...
Well, anyone before you have a baby, we had our marriage together, but like we had our own things.
Yeah, like we could go off and do our own things very easily. It wasn't like we had to make sure something was okay first.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that in the moment.
No,
prior to having a child, doing things is just a lot easier.
Yeah, before you have a baby.
A lot faster, I would say.
Yes. But I wouldn't change this for the world. Would not change this. I love the life we have now. But if we're being honest, I can't just say, peace out, Josh, I'm running to Target. Or I can't just like go get a facial or something. We'll get there eventually, but like it's definitely not easy. The other day we were in the kitchen and Poppy was napping, and we were like rushing to clean the kitchen. Like we've never cleaned that fast. And we both looked at each other and was like, wow. Before, like 3 months ago, we probably would still be in bed or like just on our phones, like not doing anything, not worrying. Now time management is like, we love a calendar. We love a schedule. We never had that before. Never. We just kind of go with the flow, do what we want.
And like when we're cleaning and stuff too, like we're like putting the utensils like very soft.
Quietly.
Like everything's like, it's like everything's silent. So it's been funny, like how you kind of like now tiptoe around.
Yeah.
We have squeaky stairs. So when we put Poppy down, it's like, you try not to hit that first step because it squeaks, and every time it does.
No, literally every single time. But time management has completely changed our life. Like I said, before having a baby, never looked at the clock, never cared.
I never had a calendar.
No, we never had a calendar. Now everything's like tried to have like a routine, a schedule planned out, but we never follow it. It's weird.
It's like a guideline.
It's a guideline. There we go.
Things we know we need to get done, job-wise or what have you for the day, and then extra things on there. Probably might not get to it, but eventually throughout the week, it goes on to the next day and the next day and the next day. We get to it.
Those first couple weeks are crucial for communication, especially with postpartum. You want to take those things seriously and how you're feeling. I know I've talked about this before. The day I got home, I had a mental breakdown. I had this magical experience in the hospital. It was a great experience in the hospital. Like, it was like all fairy tales and like we had this magical little baby. The second we got home, it was completely different. Yeah. Completely different. And I had a full breakdown. And I asked for help. And I let Josh know, like, hey, I'm not sad. I'm not crying because I'm depressed or anything. I'm just overwhelmed. So I think talking and communicating is the number one thing.
For sure. Yeah, so communication is definitely key in like those first couple weeks at home. Abbie's emotions were all over the place. So I think it was just knowing like, hey, are you okay? What do you need from me? And what can I do to make things easier? But, it's just tough because it's brand new to both of us, and especially Abbie being a brand new mom. I can't even imagine what she's feeling and going through.
Well, just the hormones alone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And, being a new dad, like I changed too, but not hormonal. I don't know, maybe hormonally, but, not to the effects of Abbie. And so I think it was just trying to like understand and do whatever I could to help her. And when Abbie obviously would get frustrated sometimes, like barely sleeping. I mean, she was like around the clock up all the time. Yeah. So like, I knew how she felt, so I knew when she was frustrated, like she didn't mean anything.
Yeah, definitely getting frustrated.
And I knew that, so it was just kind of like, okay, what can I do? And just try to be her best advocate and help her.
So I think my best piece of advice for communication would be just tell them how you're feeling. Tell your partner, let them know, like, if you need a hand, if you need a break, if you, like, take the baby. There was one night Poppy was so fussy I could not get her down. I said, Josh, she's fed. There's literally nothing more I can do. You need to take over. And I just went to bed. And he did, and she went down. And that's another thing, letting go of the control.
Yeah.
I am a control freak.
Helicopter mom.
My nails go like this when it comes to Poppy and Josh. And I need to just let control, stay back and say, Josh has it. Like, if she's fed, there's nothing more I can do. He can do it. She's fine. So just letting go, staying calm, and taking me time for yourself. So that is crucial for your mental health. And it's crucial for the baby, because if you're not happy, the baby can feel that. They can sense it. So we could go on and on about how our lives have changed, but it has been the best change ever. I don't really remember what life was like before Poppy.
What even was life?
I don't know. There was no life before Poppy.
She is our life.
She is our life. Being a new parent is overwhelming. It's scary, but it is the most rewarding and greatest feeling on the planet Earth. We're 3 months in. We're still learning every day.
Practically professionals.
We're professionals. Yeah. But we're still learning every day. Like I said, we're now in this regression thing. So maybe next month we'll come on here and be like, what is sleep? We don't even know what sleep is anymore. But I don't know. So that is life as a new parent. Just remember to communicate, self-time, self-management, and just reach out for help if you need help. So that is key. Right now, Poppy's being watched by her grandparents. We asked for help, and they gave us this time. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications to be part of the Herbert family.
The Herberts. Boom.
That was pretty good. And looking at our calendar, it is time now to go get Poppy.
Oh, yep, and we're actually 3 minutes late. Yep. And thanks again to Enfamil for sponsoring this video.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.